Welcome back. So, if you're a Kings fan, you've got to feel pretty good about what you're seeing out of Team USA, don't you? Between Turcotte and Kaliev. And you know what? Not more than 10 minutes before starting this video, I thought Finland was going to win this. One thing you learn in a tournament like this, never, no matter how tempted you might be, do you count the team from Finland out. And tomorrow they get to play for bronze, while the U.S. will play Canada for gold in a matchup that seemed like it was destined to happen pretty much from night one. Although the Americans did have their struggle against the Russians, since then they've looked pretty unstoppable. And the Russians are now playing for bronze. The U.S. is playing for gold. At the very least, they will finish ahead of them. Even if they lose tomorrow night, they get silver. So we start off with it being Kari Peroinen versus Spencer Knight. And there's certainly been discussions about Spencer Knight at certain points in this tournament. I think he's silenced any doubters. I really do. I think he's done a very good job of silencing doubters. Tonight his numbers were very good. The Finns won last year when these teams met each other 1-0 in the quarterfinals. And so this was the Americans' chance to maybe get revenge. And their overall record, the Finns lead the overall record coming into tonight 18-16-1. So this is a very close rivalry between these two countries. And it's just a very small edge to the Finns, which gets a little bit smaller after today's game. Caulfield had a chance 26 seconds in. Good early test. And Caulfield is getting better as this tournament goes along. His play is getting better. His finish is getting, pretty darn good. And honestly, if you're a Habs fan and you've been watching this tournament, you're not thinking, hey, that Caulfield kid looks like he's going to play. I don't know what to tell you. Zegras then had a shot that narrowly missed wide, and I thought this looked like it could get out of hand. I thought with the early plays, I thought, the U.S. could run them out of the building. But the Finns fight back, and this is what they do. So they pressed it 3 minutes. Knight was sharp. They were outworking the U.S. 5 minutes in. So part of what happens here is the U.S., the more talented team, so Finland working really hard every single shift. Everybody working together as a unit. And it was honestly very entertaining. Beniers then had a chance that deflected out of play. The shots, though, were 7-4 for Finland with 8 minutes left in that first period. And the Finns were controlling the play. But here's the thing. If you're controlling the play and the other goalie's stopping you, well, Turcotte gets a goal from Kaliev and Faber at 12:49. So that starts what would be a very good night for Kaliev and a very good night for Turcotte. Are they going to play together in the National Hockey League? Could they end up on the same line? They could. This could actually be a thing. So again, if you're a Kings fan, cheering for you guys, could be a good time. But the interesting thing with this is Faber gets that second assist. It was Zegras that started up that play. Zegras had a great game, and he's reminding me of, and I'm, for lack of a better term, he reminds me of Eichel in the way that he plays, in that he's got this ability to drive the play. When he gets the puck, he's strong on the puck. And it is really hard to knock him off the puck. And it reminds me of when Eichel's in, what I qualify as that beast mode that certain players get into. Colangelo then guilty of the slash. Finland gets themselves a power play. And on that power play, Finland scores. Now, keep in mind, the USA has been very reserved, and they haven't been taking penalties. They've been very, very disciplined. And in tonight's game, that kind of got away from them. Simon Taival scores the power play goal from Pudio and Heinola at 14:06. Fantastic pass by Pudio, who had a very good game tonight. I was very impressed with him. And then Turcotte takes a penalty, so Finland gets a late power play. But on that late power play, unlike the first one, this one gets no shots. So very well defended by the U.S. We go to period number 2. Period number 2, Finland starts out with some really hard work to open the period. Spencer Knight's being tested again. Passing and breakouts are not working for the U.S., so they were clogging up the passing lanes very well, making sure those breakout home run passes weren't connecting, making sure that they were able to prevent that second and third pass. So you might make that first pass, but good luck making that second pass. Very well defended by Finland at this point. The shots were actually 4-1 for the Finns 5 minutes into that second period. So though it's a 1-1 tie, it feels like Finland's got some momentum going for them here. Peroinen then denied Helleson as the U.S. was pressuring. Helleson had a decent game. Thrun then takes the first of what would be 2 penalties for him. The Finns get another power play, and that's their third. So their third power play in the second period. Knight denied Pudio with a slap shot on that penalty kill. There were 2 shots for Finland on that power play. And then, in the second half of the period, the U.S. gets a lead. It's Farinacci scoring from Lacombe at 15:53. It was a beautiful play by Lacombe, who sees Finland's on a line change. So there's extra guys on the ice for the U.S. that the Finns don't have. And it goes straight through to Farinacci, and he doesn't make any mistake with it. And then Ratu takes a double minor for a high stick on the next shift. So this is that very small window from 15:53 on where Finland has its issues. And during that first part of the power play, Boldy scores from Zegras, and Caulfield at 17 minutes during that first minor. Great pass by Zegras. And after that, the U.S. was kind of teeing off. This was one of those things where it felt like the momentum had dramatically shifted to the U.S. Post for Kaliev, and I've got right in here, Zegras is in beast mode. He is controlling the game. He's taking over, and it's 3-1 U.S. after 2 periods. You would be forgiven for looking at the score after that second period, looking at the shots, and saying the U.S. is taking over. This game, they're going to go home with it. It's done. Third period, 11 seconds in, Cole Caulfield hits the crossbar. So again, if you're looking at this and going, wow, it's almost 4-1, this is going to be done. Forgiven. I would forgive you for saying it, but in reality, do not count out the Finns. Lundell had a wraparound chance, and the Finns start pressing at that 3-minute mark. So they're down by 2, they're not down by 3, and they know they get that 1 goal, it can change the whole complexion of the game. Caulfield gets a delay of game call, power play number 4 for Finland, but Spencer Knight makes the needed saves. And I think coming out of this tournament, we can all agree Florida has very good goaltending coming up. And I've had questions along the lines of, what do you think of Knight and Levi? And does Finland, or does Florida have to make a move? And no. These, like, Knight is close to being an NHL level goaltender. They do have to watch that he doesn't become a free agent and go back into the draft, because they only have his rights for 2 years. But, as long as he signs, I don't have any concern. I wouldn't think of Levi or Knight being buried in the minors, anything like that. So, again, as exciting as this tournament is, you have to just take it as part of the picture when it comes to the goaltenders especially. So, Simon Taival scores to make it 3-2 for the Americans, and that's at 11:38 from Pudio and Hellenius. So Pudio with 2 assists in this game, and I just wrote look out after that goal, because Finland, absolutely capable of comeback wins. Ask Sweden. Sweden will tell you not to take Finland lightly. Beniers then had a chance on a turnover that went wide after the momentum had been back with the Finns. So the U.S. are kind of on their heels here. That Beniers chance, if that had gone in, doesn't though, and so this is close. Thrun then gets a delay of game call. That's the 5th time the Americans have been shorthanded. I think they only had 8 penalty kills in the first 5 games of this tournament. Tonight, busy. And then during that power play, Finland scores. So Hervonen scores it from Heinola and Lundell at 16-17. This is a tie game. This has gone from a 3-1 lead for the U.S. They're in control, and Finland has pulled themselves back into this and tied it up. And at that stage, I'm thinking, okay, so Finland's winning this. Somehow, some way, Finland's winning this. We're going to get Finland-Canada in the gold medal game. Is Finland going to get the revenge on Canada for what was a poor game by Finland standards the other night? And in reality, no. At 18:44, Kaliev on a great pass from Turcotte. So again, Kaliev to Turcotte, Turcotte to Kaliev. Kings fans drooling. Sanderson gets the secondary assist on that at 18:44. And the U.S. with a lead. And huge cheer from the American bench on that one. You could see the dejection for the Finns, because they kind of know at that point, like, all right, there's only 1 minute and 16 seconds left. I don't know. So they pulled the goalie with 55 seconds left. Boldy with a absolutely amazing shot block. Now, Boldy was cut in that second period on the double minor, and he went down to block a shot with 13 seconds left, and his bench erupted. They were so proud of him for dropping down fearlessly to block a shot from Heinola, which may have gone in. And that may very well be the reason, too, why his teammates were really excited, because that shot may have been wired into the net, and he blocked it and sent it out of play. Finland calls a timeout, to no avail. The Americans win it 4-3, and I watched on Twitter, there was a lot of comments along the lines of, I hope Finland wins this. We cheer for the underdog, right? So I hope Finland wins this. Didn't happen. But the Finns showed you don't count them out. They outshot the States 12-7 in the first. The U.S. outshoots Finland 10-7 in the second. And then the shots were 17-8 in the third in favor of Finland. Final shots 36-25 for the Finns. They got a shot right just before the buzzer to make it the 36th shot. So for Knight, he saves 33 out of 36 shots, going to the gold medal game. And for Piroinen, he ends up saving 21 out of 25. I'm not going to really put it on him, though. But again, I know people just look at the numbers and they go, that goalie wasn't very good and that one was great. Sometimes that number may not tell you the whole story. But yeah, this is the 5th time now that Canada will play the U.S. in a gold medal game. That's always fun to see the Battle of North America. And it's Finland against Russia for the bronze medal. The players of the game, Kaliev for the U.S. No argument with that. He had the game winner. He had a great assist on the Turcotte goal. And then Pudio. He ends up getting the 2 assists there for Finland. He just had the 2 helpers, right? Yeah, he had the 2 helpers. And again, if you're a fan of this team here, you might be kind of excited about what might happen tomorrow night for Team USA. So there you go. Big game tomorrow, Canada versus US, and I'll be here to report on it. Let me know your thoughts regarding this game in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.